I'm having a time back here again, y'all. I'm having a time. Good morning, though. While I try to figure this out, give me a moment because I don't understand why somebody wants my life to be difficult. I cannot get my second monitor to work. The stupid ass sound machine is not working. I'm over it. I'm over it. It sounds like you can hear me though, because I hear me through this other phone, through my phone. At least that. Sorry, y'all. Good morning. Had to shut the computer down, hit the cord in error. And it was such a good day. It was such a good day prior to this. This damn light is in my way. What is this light called? The stream light, whatever the hell this light is called. So that it don't look so dark here. All right, F it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, child. Because this will not connect. I don't know what the fuck is the problem. Anyway, good morning, y'all. Happy Saturday, child. Let me turn this shit down. Let me get it together. Because, child, I ain't got all day. I got shit to do, places to be. There we go again. All right, then turn this shit off. Shit. I don't need it on in my fucking face. Shit. Anyway, I'm not buying another monitor. I'm not buying another TV. This is a TV. You can use it as a monitor. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't care. I just have to look crazy around here. That's all. Now, assuming you can hear this. I just have to look crazy around here. That's all. Oh, it's working. I can't believe it. Something works around here. Shit. Anyway. All right, this is how it's gonna be. I'm gonna be looking at this camera, which looks crazy because I don't like looking directly into the monitor. I like looking over here, but it is what it is. All right. Good morning, y'all. I've been in such a good mood thus far. I've been up since 5:30 and been to the gym twice already and found out that there is a Caribbean festival. So I'm gonna go to that today. So I ain't got all day to be here because now I got something to do. So I'm gonna stream it on the other channel. So if you're there, you're there. If not, you're not. Don't. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Like I can't even see myself. This is so stupid. Anyway, all right. Let me get to it because I'm sorry, y'all. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Thank you all for being here. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. We got to talk about what I got on the list. I didn't even put Instagram on here. I have More of the Clown Show. Shout out to the thumbnail that I love so much. Marcellus, Wiley, and your kids are a box of rocks. Okay, sorry to be the one to tell you this is not new news. So why y'all, not y'all, you know what I'm saying? Why y'all coming for this man? Talking about what's going on with your kids. I'm telling you, y'all don't want to listen. Everybody think everything is going to just go away, I guess, child. It don't work like that. But you know how the color community likes to do? They say, oh, you just talk about black people because you're racist.
No, black women are the leaders of this culture. And if we aren't happy and satisfied, it's going down.
And that's why your kids is dumb, okay? Because you want to sit up here and listen to people like that. They ain't got the sense that God gave them and allow them to run around and run roughshod, right? So it is what it is. So good luck to the future of America. I know y'all are like, oh, it's white people. Isn't it interesting how everything is white people's fault, right? I know I'm a white supremacist. We just gonna get out the way. Everything is white people's fault and nothing is on blacks. Nothing. Child, I ain't know we was this perfect, y'all. I did not realize that we were this damn perfect around this bitch, okay? We don't do anything wrong. Everything is wonderful. Shout out to the video I put out this morning. Hopefully you saw it. If you didn't, that's your homework after we are done is to go and watch that video. I got to turn the fan on already because I'm mad. But listen, who knew? All right? So if you like it, I love it. That's why as y'all leave the country, leave a room for me because I'm going to be there. I'm going to just go around to all of y'all different places, okay? I'm going to see CIP in St. Lucia. I'm going to go see JP. I might even got to get a room over there when MTR leaves, all right? So as y'all go, Kofa, if he leaves, save me a spot, okay? Because, y'all, I'm just going to flit around to all of y'all, all the different countries, all right? I'll wash your clothes. I'm not folding them, but I'll wash them, okay? I might make you a meal or two, but child, you living in these countries, you don't want me to cook. All right, so there you go. We can negotiate. We can negotiate. You want me to decorate your place and give you a bunch of pillows? Just give me your credit card. I got you. Fair exchange. All right. Anyway, let me go ahead and get started with what we're gonna start with. Let's start with Marcellus Wiley, because last night, shout out to Jason Black. He did a great job covering it for as long as I could be there. And I'm like, wow, because we talked about it briefly. I'm not, the sports person, talker person, you know what I mean? But, this sounds crazy as per usual. So watch him, because he did a very good job last night. But Flacco did it. And we still got to get on Flacco's ass later on, not today, another time. And I'm going to go ahead and watch his video. Shout out to Ramil. He did a stream last night, and I was watching it. I was like, wow, y'all can't do shit. But y'all already know. Shout out to everybody that is here. I'm talking to the sassy straights right now. The black ones, you ain't shit. You ain't never been shit. You ain't never going to be shit. And all you are is shit. Where the happy poop? Shout out to Kofi Kulak. Thank you for the silver star. Y'all ain't shit. Let me go ahead and go over here to, who are these people called? Speakeasy, 2.6 million. Hopefully I can stream fair use. It says breaking Marcellus Wiley's domestic violence charges drop. So his wife said he was knocking her between the washer and the dryer, and the charges were dropped. All right. Charges are dropped. So that means they don't have a case. There's nothing there, right? Do you think that the women said, oh, great, that's great, we're so happy? That's not what happened. Thank you for the poop, Dante. I appreciate you. That's for y'all. That's dedicated to y'all. Oh, let me get my view right. That's dedicated to y'all, okay? All right, so I will never let y'all forget that y'all ain't shit. But let's hear what they have to say, and then we're going to move on to Flacco's video.
Pushing. Uh-oh. It's time we talk about Acho's favorite. Marcellus Wiley's domestic violence case dropped by prosecutors in the state of Florida. Obviously, this came as a response to what
not racist ass Florida, and he got his charges dropped. Y'all know that the NAA says that Florida is the most racist place, and y'all blacks can't go there. I mean, I'm going, but y'all ain't allowed to go there. I don't know how Skinny Boy is making it down there, okay? But so Florida dropped the charges. As racist as they are, he lucky he wasn't in Mississippi.
Marcellus Wiley was arrested for a domestic battery charge back on July 5th. He released a statement saying the illusion is over. No more BS, no more deception, just facts and evidence. The state of Florida declined to file charges and dismiss the case. Testimonial evidence received is not corroborated by any physical or other evidence by the state of Florida. Read that again with a target emoji. He also said, if the state found her allegations uncorroborated by any physical or other evidence, and my own daughter says she wasn't telling the truth, then the question is unavoidable. Why should anything else she alleges be believed? It shouldn't, 100. Don't let don't let 1 month of allegations erase 14 years of reality. Welcome to the Real Housewives of Anne Marie.
Marcellus
Pinocchio knows. Believe real victims, protect real victims, but remember, false allegations have real victims too. My name and my character were attacked publicly. I'll defend them publicly with the truth.
Amen.
Lies run sprints. Truth runs marathons. Checkered flag. Hashtag men too. Ex-NFL star domestic Marcellus Wiley domestic violence case dropped by prosecutors. Yeah. So I mean, it seems like he copied and pasted it. But
hashtag men too.
Hashtag men too is crazy. I don't know why that's crazy. That's crazy. That's actually
these are your allies, gentlemen. If I'm listening to this properly, you let me know. These are your allies, gentlemen.
Kind of tough.
Yeah, we do know.
That's kind of tough.
We do know
because it happens.
The lead investigator on this case is a Nigerian man by the name of Acho. On vacation, released a video about it and has done extensive research. So we want to get his opinion on it. Emmanuel Acho, your reaction to this case.
All right, look, Prize Picks is America's #1 sports picks apps, and you're in a home state for free. By his wife. The writing was on the wall. There was just too much of unsubstantiated accusations by his wife, number one. Number two, I actually feel bad for Marcellus in this situation because once your name has already been slandered in the court of public opinion, you're already guilty. And that can...
Oh, wait. Hold on. Say that again. What?
Accusations by his wife, number one. Number two, I actually feel bad for Marcellus in this situation because...
It seems like he only feels bad for Marcellus in this situation, but listen to what he's about to say.
Because once your name has already been slandered in the court of public opinion, you're already guilty.
Once your name has been slandered in the court of public opinion, That's it. That's all. So let's go ahead and take that on over to the Nolan Wells case with them white boys that everybody is saying whatever, whenever, whatever, however. Have their names been slandered? Bueller. Have their names been slandered? Bueller. Oh, it don't count for white people, right? I'm just saying, interesting how this is how it works on this case. But over here, no, it's racist. And if they're trying to defend themselves, then they're racist. It's all racism, no matter what. You see this? Tanisha, I see you, boo. Where's that in the code, child? Because it got to be in the code. When it's white people, no. When it's black people, yes. Y'all see how that works? Court of public opinion. Now you got Al up there talking about, ain't no, what are you going to sue me for? What are you going to sue me for? Slander. Saying whatever the hell it is that you want that may not be true. Court of public opinion. Threats on their lives. Forget all that. They white. It's all right. They white. It's all right, child. This is the theory of the culture. You know that same culture.
No, black women are the leaders of this culture. And if we aren't happy and satisfied, it's going down.
But she black, I'm black, and we all supposed to believe her. Why don't y'all believe me? I got a question. Okay? Since you pros, which I know you might not be here yet because I'm not talking about the circus. Since you pros are saying that us blacks got to listen to you, why don't you niggas got to listen to me? Make that make sense. Where's that in the code? So whatever random ass bitch says whatever, and she happened to be black and is stupid, the belief has to be for her. We got to support her. But when I tell you some shit, y'all want to call me names. So what makes her right in this case, and what makes me wrong? I'm trying to understand, because I'm black too, whether you like it or not, okay? And I use my brain. I don't know what y'all be using, your feelings and your skin color. So slandering Marcellus Wiley, you know, that's not right. Slandering them white boys, that's what they get because of racism. Shout out to RB, and I appreciate you, boo. He said, spoiler alert, Michonne, the light-skinned dude in the hat and glass is going to try to defend the woman. F them light-skinned, except Kofa. No. I can hear by the way that the person that read the story and the way they're laughing that you get no support here. I've never seen this before. I don't know this podcast, but I'm going to let them continue to talk. Let me just go ahead and point out, this is what I be saying, right? And the rest of the world, I know in this sector of YouTube, a lot of people just be thinking that this is the way of the world, whether it's regard to women, whether it's regard to how y'all act, whether it's regard to you don't want single moms, all the different things. That's just a small sector of YouTube. I'm telling you, it's not real life. For the most part, it is not real life. I guess you would call these people SIMPs, allegedly. Ellie's cousin, shout out to Ellie's cousin, jamming with the Jam and Jules. I appreciate you, hon.
And that cannot be rescinded. So I understand that now Marcellus has been cleared of all charges, but the problem is this news won't get near the same traction or publicity as the negative news, because negative news, it travels miles before positive news can even get up off the couch. So I actually feel bad for Marcellus in this situation because, yeah, you cleared of all charges, but the problem is that picture of Marcellus in jail, it exists. Kids gonna see it. Kids, siblings, students in class are gonna see it. Classmates gonna see it. Like, so to me, this is one of those situations where Marcellus is right. Like, what happens to the false accuser? Because she didn't have.
What happens to the false accuser? Same shit that always happens. Nothing. These biatches can do whatever, however, and whenever. And then these be the same biatches that be saying, once you deceased, they love y'all. We love you. You know why there was no love for this man? I'm going to go out on a limb. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. If this man didn't get all the support that like Nolan is getting and Carmelo is getting, I give you 3 reasons as to the reason why. Anybody want to guess? Bueller, we ain't got time. It's because the woman accusing him is black. So if it's a black woman that's saying that y'all ain't shit, you ain't never been shit, you ain't never gonna be shit, believed 1,000. Believed 1,000. Let it be a white person. Oh my God! Oh my God, all this racism! How dare you do this to our black men? We getting taken down in the streets on a daily basis! All this lynching going on! Am I right or am I wrong? Am I right or am I wrong? So at the end of the day, y'all still ain't shit. Always and forever. And I'm here to let y'all know, always and forever.
To go to jail. She just got to send him to jail and serve him some divorce papers while he was in jail. But now she just kind of gets off scot-free.
But no, real quick. So, they booked him for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was arrested.
So she said that he assaulted her.
Mm-hmm.
Said that he assaulted her while they were in Florida. Obviously, in Florida, the cops show up on the
Is that when
scene.
he got booked in Florida?
Yes, because cops show up at the scene specifically in Florida.
He don't know nothing either. Are these football players, ex-football players or something?
Given those judicial laws, somebody has to be removed from the scene and somebody has to be arrested if there is probable cause.
Indiana's the same way. Yeah.
Right, Indiana, certain states are like that. They asked Marcellus' daughter on the scene, hey, did you see your daddy poke your mommy in the cheek? She's like, nah, I ain't see nothing. But cops found
Well, you know, if the kid, the 7-year-old, if I'm not mistaken, came out there and said, yeah, nah, I ain't see nothing. Why would you want to even drag the kid into it? But I'm sure the mama needed a witness and it didn't work out for her. And this is probably the reason why. Somebody better watch out for that kid.
for whatever reason. They booked him. Now, after the evidence has come out, cleared of all things, there was not
For whatever reason, they booked him because it's racist in Florida. That's the reason why. It's racist in Florida.
enough evidence to substantiate the accusation. But the problem is, like, when a dude gets lied on, how do you...
Yo, I always say this though, right? And they married. This is worse.
That's divorce
And
now.
well, obviously, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, damn, like kids, wife, and all that. But I hate when, and I don't know this case like that, but I always say, like, damn, I read so many stories how a guy, such an athlete, he's lied on. The girl say raped her or this and third. He gets booked for all these years, and then the girl comes out. You know what? I was mad. I lied on him. You don't get none of that time back, and then the girl don't get no trouble. They should.
This is LaShawn McCoy, Shady McCoy from the Eagles, because this looks like the shirt that he has on. Is that who that is? Yeah, that's what happens all the time. But then these are the people that be telling y'all, shout out to all the sassy straights. All the sassy straights got the same issue, but I'm talking to the black ones today, y'all, as usual. Because I'm black, regardless of whether you black bitches want to recognize it or not. I forgot what I was going to say. I believe it was along the line, I don't even remember. I'm old.
Yo, have it where if a girl lies on a man, she should get in trouble because it would start some of these false accusations, and you know what I mean? Because now, like, cops gotta do their job. They gotta spend taxpayer money to find out if it's true or not. And I don't know this case. They was married, so and I don't really have no beef with Marcellus. I don't, care for it. But I don't want nobody to get in trouble with something they ain't do.
Child, I don't care for him. Why they don't like that man? What that man do to them?
Yeah, but can we say? And I'm playing devil's advocate here, but can we say with 100% certainty that he didn't do it? We can't. We just can't. So
we never can. We never can ever.
Because we weren't there.
Right. But
Did he say we can't prove he didn't do it? Nighttime, exactly. The funny thing is they proved there is no brotherhood. Nah, none of that either. Nah, I was going there. I was getting there. Nah, none of that either. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's the same thing with the sisterhood. But these be the same people, not them specifically, that'll be like, white people are always on code. Why y'all worry about white people so much? White people are always on code. They just said it the other day. Child, why are you so concerned with what white people do? You're not white. You more concerned about white people while you calling me a fucking coon. I don't give a fuck. Shout out to the white people. Calm down. I don't give a fuck what white people do. As long as they ain't bothering me, I don't give a shit. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. My damn ring camera is going on.
say with 100% certainty that he didn't do it. We can't. We just can't. So
we never can. We never can ever.
Because we weren't there.
Right.
But
But
you got to
I'm-
lean on the judicial system in this case.
But what I'm saying is, just because a prosecutor decides not to move forward with charges, because this is my understanding of domestic violence cases. There's a report made, an incident happens. There's a report made, right?
Mm-hmm.
They then ask the victim who filed the report that, do you want to push forward with pressing charges? If they say no, the state can then say, cool, but we're pressing charges on your behalf.
Okay.
If they feel like they have substantial enough evidence or there's enough to prosecute an individual, they will move forward. But just because they don't, it could be we've got more pressing matters, it's just not important, or it could be there is not enough evidence, or it could also be that she lied. But what I'm just saying, don't mistake correlation with causation. Just because the state didn't choose to pick up the case doesn't mean that the case.
Trey, man.
There
Well,
wasn't
if they
evidence.
chose not to pick up the case,
There's your people, y'all. What Nighttime is saying, there's your people. Now, listen, you can go and side with whoever you want, of course. And I don't know. Y'all tell me, were there any pictures? Were there any bruises? Were there any BLOOD? Was there any black eyes and all that type of shit? People could have went and believed that, that girl with Tigger, right? When she got on there with her Nazi scar on her fucking forehead. And I was like, child, this girl look crazy and sound crazy. Everybody want to come to the damn internet. We can't do shit about y'all shit. So we just going to talk about you. We just gonna talk about you. This is a thing. This is a pattern. Bitches gonna lie and bitches gonna say they gonna get believed. Then you got these defenders here, maybe not all of them, but enough of them, cause you still, even with the dudes. That's why it's about who the fuck people are. Not because they're black and we're black. It's who they are, how they act, and what they fucking say. I'm not dealing with no fucking crazy ass people that don't use their damn brains, that listen to people like Caricature and Frigidaire. Hell no. Y'all listen to them dummies. Y'all keep listening to low testosterone males. Now, I'm not saying that's what any of these are, but you know, this is your brother. So ain't no brotherhood either. Thank you, sir. Shout out to Mr. Ed What. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Thanks for letting us know, Messi. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
They chose not to pick up the case, and then clearly the evidence wasn't substantial.
That's not true, though. That's what I'm saying. That's not true.
How is that not true?
Clearly, that's not true. That's not true.
The state just doesn't. They have more pressing matters.
To me, Trey, now that's unfair. Because if indeed she makes a claim, okay, who was present? Daughter. You got a daughter. Kids involved. Did you see anything? Daughter says no. Bet. Okay, now, is there any other evidence? Because the one eyewitness...
Then as soon as you find out that there's some oppressor that's been around here making shit up, they're all going to say, look at all this racism. Well, what the fuck is he? Well, what the fuck is he? The case has been dropped. This dude here is still basically prosecuting your mans, yeah? And they all look black to me, a little light brights, but they all look black to me. That's why this you black, I'm black shit is bullshit. Y'all can have that shit. Wherever that's at in the code, fuck that code, okay? Y'all can have that shit. I be all fucked the fuck up hanging around with, not them, but bitches like this.
Black women are the leaders of this culture. And if we aren't happy and satisfied, it's going down.
Child, please. Thank you, RBN. He says that light-skinned glasses ninja is diabolical, so there's not a chance this woman is being effing demon. Low testosterone males. It's something, child. It's something. And if y'all saying they are all football players with the shout out to Tadisha, with the exception of Acho Cinco or whatever his name is, child, you're not even safe on the playing field, it seems like.
Didn't witness nothing. Yeah. So based on the accusation, hey, there's a witness. Your truth, their truth, the truth. The truth of the witness, I ain't seen nothing. Now more evidence comes out. Hey, there's no probable cause, no case. I think it's unfair for you to now say, yeah, but even though the daughter ain't seen nothing, and even though there's not enough evidence, he still might have done it though. Yeah. That just, I'm not even saying you're wrong. I'm just saying you're unfair. Yeah. Like, because otherwise, then what's the point of any sort of legal process?
Yeah, there is no point. Exactly. That's more of a problem.
The daughter's testimony,
and this ain't got shit to do with white people if you can't see niggas on the screen.
Much weight to say, oh, if we fought in the room and the daughter's not in the room, of course she didn't see it.
No, of course. My thing is
in the room. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean, that's hard to refute then.
I just think that there's credence to give. We can give credence to allegations, sure, to a certain extent, but also, how do we find a result to this? How do we find a result to this? It's at the end of the day, they didn't find substantial enough evidence to continue the case.
Correct.
And that's my thing though. It's like, of course, maybe there could have been other things that were kind of up in the air and questions that they did not want to pursue or go further.
All right, that's enough from them. Remember, and I didn't watch it as all the other people did. Remember, oh child, Amber Heard and what's his name? Robert Downey Jr.? Is that who it was? Remember all that? But believe all women, that believe all women should need to be put in the trash. Bitches be lying. Bitches be lying. I can't even believe that that's a thing in 2026 going into 2027. Child, I didn't need that hashtag believe all women to know that bitches be lying, child. Anyway, thank you, Boo. He says, if the police would have deleted Marcellus 54321, Scammer Crump would have been in full effect. Acho is a former player too. He was third string. Ha! At least he was trying to reason with the light bright, but you're absolutely right. And guess who would have been out there saying, y'all, we need y'all support. You need to get behind black women. They're lynching us every day. They hate they hate black people here in the United States. Look what Johnny Depp, my bad, y'all. I was all off. My bad. Johnny Depp. I did not watch that case. Shout out to TLA. I know he covered it extensively. But yeah, and then after all this shit that you've seen, because I'm gonna keep making them videos because these bitches keep talking. And it's like, now, how does that work with the code? Because everything is about the black code, because I'm not on code. Yeah. Never forget, I'm not on code. Okay. So the code is you don't like white people bad. Okay. Unless, of course, they're saying what you want, then white people good. People that come from other countries, they good. Till they decide they're conservative, then they bad. So you can't support them now that you've made them a millionaire anymore, okay? And if you do, then you're bad too. If you're not agreeing with these stupid ass theories on the internet with regard to Nolan, then you're not on code. You bad. So you a coon. You a white supremacist. There's only certain black people that you're allowed to listen to. I'm clearly black. I know it's hard to believe. I am black. You ain't got to listen to me, not y'all. You know what I'm saying? Keep listening to motherfuckers. I don't even care. We're going to listen to Flacco, okay? Because he talks about this. It says, horrible podcaster lost all her fans after lying on innocent man. Now, he's talking about Rachel Lindsay, who was a bachelorette. And I did watch that season because it was a black woman who was the bachelorette. And she chose a white man, I believe his name was Brian, and got married. And all that's a stars. We're so happy. Yeah, sis. Go, sis. Yeah, sis. Go. That white man is okay. So when the stars get a white man, yeah, sis. Yeah, sis. When you sassy straights get a white woman, you must not like your mama. You ain't shit. Who you doing that for? They don't like you. Oh, child, I'm so sick of hearing that. You know they don't like you. You know they don't like you. You know I don't like you. Did you know I don't like you? All right. Let me stop. All right. Shout out to Dr. Thunder up in here. I see you. Thank you so much for stopping through. Y'all hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. We're going to listen to Flacco for a little bit. Talk about Rachel Lindsay. Now, don't forget, now all of a sudden, the sisters don't like Brian no more. Now, he's still white. Not because of the case for Nolan or Carmelo, but because she has to now pay him spousal support. So now the stars don't like him no more. Now, ain't it interesting how when the man has to pay the woman, yeah, sis, go, sis. But when the woman has to pay the man, what kind of mother raised you? You ain't nothing but a sassy straight. Shout out to the sassy straights. Good morning to all of y'all.
Problem on his hands, and that problem is his co-host Rachel Lindsay. All right, now Van knows how much I love him, so this video is not towards Van at all. This video is towards the nonsense we've been getting from Rachel Lindsay lately. All right, this is absurd, and this has to stop. So this Marcellus Wiley situation really exposed the hand of Rachel Lindsay. All right, I think Rachel Lindsay despises black men. I think she hates us. So Marcellus Wiley was arrested, recently for domestic violence in regards to his wife. Okay, now they came.
I thought they were divorced. Didn't they just say they were divorced?
They heard both sides and they took him away. Right, despite the lack of evidence.
Former NFL player and sports analyst Marcellus Wiley is locked up in the Orange County Jail tonight. Jail records show that Wiley was arrested Saturday on a charge of domestic battery. He's being held on no bond. We're working to get more information as to what led up to his arrest.
When he was arrested, Rachel Lindsay, who, by the way, has a relationship or know Marcellus Wiley and his wife, took to her podcast with Van Lathan and boom. Oh, he did.
Oh, well, there you go. If she knows the wife, then that explains why, you got to take a sister's side no matter what, y'all. Now, they don't take my side. But they gotta take a sister's side. As long as they saying something that's disparaging to a black man, it's very acceptable.
Black women are the leaders of this culture. And if we aren't happy and satisfied, it's going down.
Yeah, sis. Go, sis.
Oh, he did. All right. Not even giving this dude a chance. But nobody blamed her for doing that. You know why? Because, it's fair. If he was arrested.
Shout out to the trolls that are here early. Shout out to y'all. Oh, is it not working now? I don't hear it. Y'all hear it? Oh, it is working. Okay, I can't hear it for some reason. Damn, it's a tough time back here today. Anyway, I see that the trolls are here. Shout out to y'all. All views matter. All views matter, okay? You see how this works, y'all? They can call me whatever they want to, and I'm for the white people now. I don't understand how I'm for the white people when I'm talking about Marcellus Wiley, his black ass and his black ass wife. But y'all gotta be a coon, y'all. Gotta be a coon. These are the people that I'm supposed to listen to. I'm talking about Marcellus Wiley, and they're already sitting up here talking shit about me being a coon. That nigga is black. Are y'all colorblind? Are y'all? Is that what it is? Are you colorblind? All right, child, blame your mom. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
And you believe that he was arrested for good cause because you know them both, and you want to come on your podcast and speak on him in a fashion in which you speak on him. That's fair, right? But it's what happens afterwards that really boils my blood. Like, it makes me really pissed off.
There was enough for them to say, hey, he's a danger in this situation. He needs to be removed. Because that's one of the things that she asked. She asked that would be removed from the hotel room, which he was. She said,
girl, you wanna come to my hotel? So all the people that are sitting here now that are trolling, what do you think about Rachel and her white man that she chose from the Bachelorette and that she married? What you think about her? Is she not a coon? Because blacks, you're not supposed to be around no white people because they taking you out on a daily basis, lynching every day, okay? So what y'all think about Rachel? Marrying a white man. I guess that's okay, though. Yeah, that's okay. All right.
That she was afraid of them because he threatened her life and she was afraid of his behavior. You see the mugshot, his eyes are like
bloodshot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's really all we have. Yeah, she said their 7-year-old daughter witnessed the incident.
Bloodshot eyes means that you knocked your wife between the washer and the dryer, y'all. We be leering.
She said the daughter told deputies she did not see Marcellus touch her mother, but she did hear them arguing.
So did the daughter witness the incident or not?
She must have been like in another room or something. Okay. But like enough to hear,
right?
But not
that
to
there's
see.
A fracas going on, but like it was.
So they obviously. So that's adding to your question. Them gathering information on whether or not to remove him. So there was a witness who could hear something. Now I don't know if she could hear what was being said. I don't know if she relayed that to the police officers. But she said she heard them arguing. And then you have what Anne-Marie says clearly.
Sassies, y'all already know that y'all always are the problem until you're dead. Until you're dead. And you see, it looks like there's a lot of black men here today that are trolling. So no brotherhood. Oh, maybe they they don't like me, which is fine. I don't give a fuck. But the way that they talking, they probably don't like either. I'm just saying, child, the code don't make no sense, but go on.
His eyes are bloodshot. It was enough for them to say.
Bloodshot eyes to me means nothing. Because even if he was drunk, that's not evidence that he did anything, right? But they took him, and as a woman, if you want to come on your show and chastise him and essentially say he's guilty before he has a chance in court because of the arrest, I can't blame you. Domestic violence is really sensitive. But what I have
nice haircut, Flacco.
A problem with is, see, shortly after this podcast, the charges were dropped. Now, they weren't dropped because the wife, right, requested to drop the charges. It wasn't dropped because they reconciled. No. The wife of Marcellus Wiley, they are still going at it, right? They're still moving forward with this divorce. She still wants him in jail. But the charges were dropped, according to the prosecutors, because nothing about the statements, nothing about the evidence cooperates a crime taking place, right? So there's no evidence.
Imagine having evidence, but listen to Flacco talking about evidence while he's saying something completely different when it comes to Nolan Wells. Flacco, listen, fair use, but I gotta call it. You talking about Marcellus Wiley, evidence. There's not enough evidence. There's no evidence. You start talking about Nolan Wells, them white boys.
There's a lack of evidence, insufficient evidence, right, to warrant discharge. So why was he even charged in the first place? Again, this is just life in America for black men or men in general, right? A woman can call, literally make something up and get you arrested like it's crazy, right? But they eventually...
No, that is true. Y'all already know that's true. But when they call y'all to come and support them, you'd better go.
She did what was right, and they admitted, there's no evidence here. There's no proof this dude did anything wrong, and the charges were dropped.
Look at that. Stuck on his damn mugshot. Anyway, that mugshot triggered me. 51 years young, and then this out.
Is this him? That's him, right?
The filing states prosecutors declined to file charges because testimonial evidence received is not corroborated by any physical or other evidence and is therefore insufficient to obtain a conviction. I'm gonna read that again because we're gonna read that again. Testimonial evidence, that means what y'all were saying, received is not connected to reality, corroborated by any, look at the words, choice words. This is legal now. They don't play with their words. Any physical, or other evidence. Hold on. Any physical or other means all things of evidence. Nothing. And is therefore insufficient to obtain a conviction. You're damn right. We ain't got nothing. We just got you waking up and saying, hey, he did something. Just like right now, I could just say to all of y'all did something. Then what? Thanks for the super chat. I'm gonna get to it. I'm in the zone right now. In other words, it sounds like prosecutors didn't feel there was enough evidence for an easy conviction.
Evidence? What is that? Sir, what? As long as you make it up in your head clearly, that's all that matters. I don't understand how you got out of this in racist ass Florida, though. How do you get out of this? And where's Skinny Boy when you need him? How did he get out of this with all the racism in Florida? This don't make no sense. Something just ain't right.
Or a difficult one. No, they did not. This picture right here. Let me tell you what's interesting about this picture. Another trigger.
The charges were dropped. That's the exoneration right there. That is.
I wanted to hear more from him.
The exoneration right there. His charges were dropped because there was no evidence. Right? She didn't have any bruises on her. Right? She didn't say that he beat her up. So what she told the police was he pointed his finger in her face and his finger made contact with her face, which I doubt it. But anyways, the charges were dropped, right? Now, my question is, if charges being dropped, if you not being prosecuted is enough, then where do you prove your innocence at? If you being in a court of law and having the charges dropped and walking away innocent is not enough to prove your innocence, then where could Marcellus Wiley prove that he's not a woman beater at? In what court? In a court of public opinion?
His next girlfriend, because one, he can have one, of course, and he will, I'm sure. Maybe he gonna take a break, I don't know, because these biatches be crazy. But who knows? Who cares? I know people care about the court of public opinion, especially if it's someone this big, because that could hurt his future. That could hurt, I guess, like if he does sportscasting. I don't know what this man does. I'm assuming he don't play no more. I guess if she wanted to go after him for the kid or something. So it could have an effect, all this shit out here. But the bottom line should be that once he was arrested, they said there's nothing to corroborate. That should be the end of the story. He shouldn't have to deal with it, contend with it, worry about it, nothing. But we know that's not how it works. So this wasn't white people that did this to him. This is a black woman. But that makes it okay because she's a black woman. But it's white people that are the problem every day, especially in racist ass Florida. Philly boy in the building. Thank you for the poop. I appreciate you, boo.
Because apparently his charges being dropped was not enough for Rachel Lindsay. Rachel Lindsay came back on her show.
Now you know. Now you know she got to stick with us as stars. Tadisha, we're going to need some references.
It was probably even harsher on him this time around than she was before. She was still talking about Marcellus as if he's guilty, bringing up old things that he's never been charged with. Old accusations that he's never been charged with. Old accusations that the police have never found credible enough to charge him with anything.
Happened, they took him in. Now, I don't know if you saw Anna Marie's statement, but she said the only reason it got dropped, it was something about she wasn't aware of a court date and or a hearing or something, and she didn't participate, and now she's been.
I know you fucking lying. I know. Did you, child? Do people listen? Did you hear what she just said?
They took him in. Now, I don't know if you saw Anna Marie's statement, but she said the only reason it got dropped, it was something about she wasn't aware of a court date and or a hearing or something, and she didn't participate, and now.
Child, I'm about to shut this shit down. Where's Nicole? I am about to shut this shit down. So you are so concerned about this man and what he did to you. And he's a DVer. And I'm scared for my life. Oh my God. I want him arrested. Oh my God. And your ass couldn't show up for the fucking court hearing, the court appearance. Are you fucking kidding me right now? And them niggas from that podcast, not all of them, are sitting up here trying to cut for them. They didn't mention the fact that she didn't show up for court. It's that important to you that you couldn't even show up to court. Child, playing in y'all's face. Playing in y'all's face. But the sisters don't want to hear that. Rachel's trying to gloss over it. It don't mean nothing. She was busy, child. She had kids to take care of, child. She had to go to work. Well, we know that wasn't it. She had to go get her hair done. She had to go get her nails done. She just came back from Dubai. She was tired. Any excuse. This is so important that it was put out into the public. The man got arrested, but you couldn't show up. Child, you bitches ain't shit. But it's Florida. Oh, and racist ass Florida didn't want to go ahead and continue with the charges either. As racist as they are. Woo! Lord help your people.
She's been trying to get in touch with the DA's office and they're avoiding her.
So now the burden of proof is on her, right? So now that his charges are dropped and she claims that he's still guilty, the burden of proof isn't on him to prove that he's innocent. His charges were dropped. He's an innocent man. Until those charges are picked back up, he's innocent. And it should have been he's innocent until a conviction happens.
Now, I want to know that if the white boys don't ever get convicted or no charges, will Flacco say that about them? I have a feeling he won't, child. But we'll let him go with Marcellus.
But now that the charges are dropped, he's innocent. It's now on to the accuser to prove that he's guilty. But Rachel Lindsay is treating the accuser as if her word is law. As if there's an automatic assumption she's telling the truth. And Marcellus Wiley is this monster. And I'm asking Rachel Lindsay, again, I'm gonna pose the question to Rachel Lindsay and hopefully they address this. If the court of law is not where you prove your innocence at, then where can Marcellus Wiley prove his innocence? Or are you saying that if one or two people accuse you of something, if multiple people accuse you of something, Rachel Lindsay, you're automatically guilty?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying?
Wait, let me clarify. If you're a black man being accused by a black woman, yes. Yes. If you're a black man and a white woman does something to you, kind of depends on the circumstance. But if you're in a relationship like Courtney Clenny and Obum Selly, that's your preference. That's your preference. That's your preference. That's your preference. Remember? Okay. Now she out. She gonna be she not out. She took a plea bargain. She gonna be OFing it up in 2 years. I promise you that. Remember that. But if a black woman says that you did something, nigga, you did that, and they taking your ass down. You heard? And now when you dead, they'll talk about how wonderful you were. Make sure you leave them all the money, all right? Especially if it's a daggone oppressor, the GoFundMe goes up within 48 hours of your deletion. And then here comes Ben, the Black America's y'all, AG. Ashley Foot up in here. I see you. I appreciate you. Boo. He said the reason she missed that court date was your boy Ashley was going to sandals only with your girl and she was distracted Lagos style. She probably was. You know what? She probably was. Crazy.
Because if that's the standard, boy, you're in a lot of trouble. You are a literal celebrity. You're in a lot of trouble if that's your standard.
But just because that was dropped, I mean, like the allegation was that he poked her cheek and he threatened her verbally. Yeah, like somebody would have to necessarily be in the room. A cheek poke of the cheek, there is not any physical evidence, but just because it was dropped, because they don't feel like they have enough to prove their case, doesn't mean it didn't happen. And that's just...
These are the people that want y'all to come behind them. Get behind, but what? No matter what, sassy straights. No matter what. Even when the charges are dropped, you still guilty, nigga. You still guilty, nigga. Child, if you get a not guilty charge, you still guilty, nigga. You heard? Because if a black woman says it, then it's law.
That. Let's just say it was dropped. He's using the dropping of this Florida incident to define everything of their marriage and relationship together and who he is in totality as a person.
Yeah, if charges got dropped because I'm innocent and a woman who claims to be my wife lied on me and got me
not claims to be
arrested and I go to jail for the first time in my life. My 51 years on earth, this is the first time I'm in a prison because of this woman or because of this woman? Yeah, she's the worst person I know. Yeah, she is a devil to me.
How dare, I know he ain't out here talking about his wife. I know he ain't out, not Flacco. I know Marcellus ain't out here talking about his wife. A black woman. What? Y'all know you can't do that.
No, black women are the leaders of this culture. And if we aren't happy and satisfied, it's going down.
Lord help your people. Shout out to Grape Tea. I see you, boo.
This is a person that I would hate until my grave if I'm Marcellus Wiley. Yes. Yeah.
No. He's supposed to forgive her because she's a black woman. What are you talking about, Flacco? You know how this works. I'm going to remember this video, depending on what happens with Nolan Wells, y'all. I'm going to remember this video and bring it back to Flacco.
This must be a defining moment for him. This is a defining moment in how he defines her. Whatever he knew her to be for the tenure of their marriage, that goes out the window. The moment you lie on me and put me in jail for something I didn't do, that right there is how I define you forever. I don't care if we had 20 years of being perfect. The moment you come out your body to lie on me and put me in jail for something that I didn't do, that's your character from that point forth. I don't care about the history. That's your character now. You are a liar. You're evil. You are willing to see the father of your kids in a jail cell over lies, regardless of the implications and the repercussions of your kids having to see their daddy mugshot. Their father, by the way, who has been a model citizen who's never been in jail. Your kids got to see that example of their father. You was okay with that over a lie.
When they tell y'all to bring your asses on out here and get behind black women, forget all this. Forget how many times this happens over and over again. Forget the fact that the charges were dropped. You see, Rachel Lindsay said, fuck y'all. It don't matter. She said, you better believe black women no matter what. Because you know the perfection in the community, child. Squidgy Kid in the building. I appreciate you, boo. The host girl blue hat looks like the lie emoji. That's too funny. She gonna believe a black woman because she is on code and I'm not.
He is literally
bitches be lying,
jumping for
all of them,
joy and relishing in the fact, which is very telling of his character. The fact that these charges were dropped. It's one thing. It's nothing wrong if he's like, these charges were dropped. I hope to continue to fight my case and prove my innocence. If that's something that he did, that's not what he did. He shit on her. He centered himself and said there are real victims when someone makes false allegations. He's the victim. He does a hashtag that says men too.
How dare he have his own hashtag? Who the fuck does that nigga think he is having his own hashtags?
Old allegations out there, not one, not two, not three, 4, from 4 different women. And you want to use a hashtag that says men too? Tell me you don't care about the seriousness of what's there that's surrounding you and what you are being accused of. And in addition to this, she's, in her divorce pleadings has talked about a history of different types of, and to me, making light of.
And she didn't leave? Shout out to the most educated.
Of it, or erasing, using this to define everything, not only is problematic, not only doesn't give us any evidence that what she's saying isn't true, it's just also just so irresponsible and really speaks to how, I'm sorry, bad of a person Marcellus Wiley is.
Oh, now Marcellus is a bad person. Oh, girl, you act like he did something to you. This is what these bitches do. They take on other people's trauma. Only other black women know. Not me, because, I'm a coon. But all these bitches that whine and complain about men and say how bad they are, this bitch married a white man. So why the fuck does she care? Like, how is she feeling like this? Her man was white and he took her to the cleaners. Child, did you have this much vitriol for him? Even though you chose him in front of all of us. I synced it when you did it. But make sure you go ahead and blame a black sassy straight, because that's how this works. Because y'all ain't shit. I'm always here to let y'all know. You ain't shit. You ain't ever gonna be shit. You're always shit. That's the shit. All right? Charges get dropped. You still ain't shit. Get a not guilty verdict. You still ain't shit. Let the oppressor take you out. Oh my God, all this racism, lynching every day. How could you do this to black people? We've been through so much, 400 years of oppression, Jim Crow. You know how it goes. It's the picking and the choosing for me. But, you know, shout out to the pros.
It really does. Even if none of it was true, I just couldn't imagine that, other people would act like this. They would just say, I'm going to prove myself.
Now he's not acting the way that she thinks that he should act. That's what people say about Nolan Wells' mom too. She's not acting the way that they think that she should act, right? Child, whatever. I'm just trying to understand the money. Child, the money reasons and the shit that's not being done. But we're going to get to that. You cannot please. And she's not the only one that thinks this way. Enough of them think this way. There's nothing that you could do to get this, I don't even know what you would call it, to get this off of his reputation with them. They're going to run around here saying this shit about this man forever and a day. That stain never goes anywhere. Never goes anywhere.
You soon will see he is using every opportunity to on her that he can. And that's really telling in how he's acting.
So no talk about how she shit on him. No talk about the fact that there's no evidence. No talk about and no proof of anything. No talking about anything that she has done, since she's the person that brought the charges up with no proof. But it's all him, the fucking victim.
In all of this, dropping of a case does not mean that you're completely innocent of everything over the last 14 years.
So remember that, y'all. Dropping the case does not mean that you are not, you didn't do anything. You can't win. You can't win. And bitches that are listening, this is why you can't have a decent relationship. If this is how you think and this is who you are, misandrists are us, right? I would think I'm gonna keep that. Misandrists are us, and we're gonna have to start adding people to the list. Rachel is clearly in it. Everybody that we regularly talk about, the Black Cindy Brady, all the rest of them girls over there, the LTMs, misandrists are us, child. Locked and loaded in the building. Thank you for the poop. Boo, I appreciate you.
So however long we've been together.
Let's break it down in sections.
All right, we already did. Is there anything else? Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't she just call the police on him again? Because there's no way. Let me see the New York Post. They always have something. There's just no way. There is just no way that a black woman would ever lie. Any woman, but definitely not a black woman. That was 2 days ago. It says that Marcellus Wiley's estranged wife, so they are still married, calls cops over alleged TRO violation. What the hell is a TRO violation? Hours after criminal case dropped. So the charges get dropped. She couldn't show up. And the first thing that she does is goes and figures out a way to call the police. Skinny, you late. We done already talked about you. Shout out to Florida. And the first thing she gonna do is call the police. But Rachel don't have shit to say about her because that's her girl, right? You wouldn't be on code if you didn't side with this woman. Fuck that bitch, okay? And Rachel too. So 8/12, today's the 15th. Marcellus tells TMZ, at the time in question, I was with our children during a supervised visit with no issues and no violations. Yet once again, Anne Marie is making allegations against me. This marks the third attempt to have me arrested for an alleged restraining order violation. She's now 0 for 3. The latest accusation, state of Florida dropped the, looks like a panic-filled distraction from the facts that are getting impossible to ignore. The state of Florida dropped the case, and the public conversation quickly shifted toward questioning her allegations, contradictions, and gaslighting. When one narrative collapses, another accusation suddenly appears. Welcome to another episode of The Real House Lies of Anne Marie. 3 attempts, 3 failures. At some point, it stops looking like protection and starts looking like a pattern. Hashtag Anne Marie fatigue. Let me see. Marcellus Wiley's estranged wife, Anne-Marie Wiley, called police on the ex-NFL star hours after criminal charges against him were dropped. She was mad. I'm gonna go out on a list and allege and say that she was mad. Law enforcement tell TMZ Anne-Marie contacted cops Tuesday to report a potential domestic violence restraining order violation, child. Never satisfied, y'all. Nothing is ever enough. Good luck to y'all. We're told officers responded to the former couple's marital home in LA, which Marcellus is barred from entering under the TRO, temporary restraining order, but determined no crime was committed, so no arrests were made. Chris Cross, thank you for the poop, boo. As TMZ first reported, prosecutors in Florida. All right. We know all that. And it also says, did this come up? Yeah. Marcellus Wiley's estranged wife wants him to pay $200,000 amid restraining order battle. Now, Jason Black went over this because he got the documents. I don't have time for that broadcast, but he actually went over it because he got the documentation. It says Anne-Marie wants him to pay up. Of course she does, because that's what this is about, as always. She probably thought if he goes to jail, she would have access to all of his money. Allegedly, she's asking a LA court to order him to start paying child and spousal support, plus over $200,000 in legal fees amid their nasty divorce proceedings. You pay for it. Who filed? You pay for it. Anne-Marie's legal team submitted the docs Thursday, which were retained by TMZ, and she's requested he continue paying for the lifestyle. Anne-Marie's legal team submitted the docs Thursday, which were retained by TMZ, and she's requested he continue paying for the lifestyle she and their kiddos were accustomed to, at least while the divorce is pending. Wow. That's wild. This, she said, included private school tuition, driving luxury vehicles, living in a fancy home worth at least $7 million and more. Well, then you stay together. I don't disagree, Michael Armstrong. I don't disagree. I'm not going to pull that comment up, but I don't disagree. And I don't even necessarily think it's that. I think that they just want to stick it to men, get everything from them, and then stick it to them. I'm telling you, that's all this is. This is no different than the grift that Crump and Al Sharpton do. This is their grift, though. This is how they get rich. They just get married to these people, pop out a couple of kids, and then say, "Oh, he did this to me," and then they get the money. And get this, Anne-Marie claims Marcellus stopped financially supporting her around 19 months ago, ran up approximately $100,000 in debt on her credit cards, and failed to pay it off. Get a fucking job, bitch. What are we talking about? How come you bitches can't work? How come you bitches don't open a business? Why can't y'all go do something to make money? Why does someone have to pay you and keep you in a lifestyle that you didn't create? That all came from him. And failed to pay it. She also claims the kids' school tuition bill is around $49,000. And instead of paying it, Marcellus has demanded Anne-Marie contribute half of it. Are they not half of your kids, bitch?
It's for the tip.
Are they not your kids, bitch? Why you don't want to take care of your kids? Why you don't want to pay for their schooling? Child, the all damn audacity. I can't. This is crazy. This is wild. Big boy, I appreciate you, honey. He said, if women are unhappy in the relationship, why don't they just leave, walk away from the marriage? She is walking away. She just won $200,000, and I'm assuming per month, in order to walk away. Now, is it worth it or not? I don't know. I don't know these people. Anton, thank you so much for the poop. I appreciate you. Anne-Marie explains the former pro football player has greater financial means than she does. Get a fucking job. How about you tone down your fucking lifestyle? Oh, I know, that's just crazy talk. I can hear Rachel right now. Why should she have to do that? Because she don't want to be married to him anymore. What are we talking about? Child, please. Rainey Jordan, thank you for the silver star. All right. As for her income, she says she dedicated the last 9 years to raising their kids, and says she left the workforce following an alleged incident in which Marcellus was allegedly caught having non-consensual acts with her co-worker. What the hell, child? Oh, but you stayed with him? Oh, okay. Just like Kobe's wife stayed with him? Oh, okay. Child, don't be bringing up some old shit, y'all. Y'all can sit up here and talk about whatever the hell Marcellus Wiley did before. We're talking about this and this only. So these, if you look in the chat, gentlemen, these are your brothers who are saying, he a home goofy, he a coon, hear this, hear that, hear this, hear that. That ain't got shit to do with what's going on right here. But anyway, to try to make something to absolve someone and to not support this, what is going on right here, which is the point. The bitch needs to work, get a job. If you don't want to be in that, if you want to be in that lifestyle, stay married to him. If you don't, you're going to have to change some shit. And for you trolls that don't think that that's an issue, you're an effing idiot. You're an idiot. Because just like with the Johnny Depp stuff, Johnny Depp has done things over the years too. It doesn't make a difference. Amber Heard was a lying bitch. Y'all can pick and choose all you want to. Y'all can see, again, this is the code, okay? This is the code. It don't make no sense. If they don't like it enough, then you shouldn't like it either. Child, please. Corey Joe, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Child, I don't need, let me see. Oh, she says she now works as a certified registered nurse anesthesia. Child, she give out the gas, but says her income fluctuates based on available assignments and her family obligations. The one number, excuse me, the one number she did give the judge, however, is a whopping $237K, which she wants from Marcellus and attorney fees for their ongoing divorce. You gonna pay me to divorce you, nigga, all right? So, whatever. It is what it is. Moving on, child. Moving on. Let's get into this circus, child. We're gonna start with my fave, Ruin Leon. He says, will racial fan fiction writers accept the truth of what happened to Nolan Wells? I promise you, sir, they will not.
By the day, it gets dumber. I say it, but the reason I keep saying it is because it keeps getting true. They held a press conference over the past day where one question has usurped all of them in my eyes, and I want you all to see, in regards to Nolan Wells, how it gets answered by Al Sharpton.
When the facts come out, and they will come out, if it indicates that something sinister did not happen, and it was a freak accident, will you believe that the truth is still not being revealed? Because if the truth is not going to indicate on some level that something sinister was done, would you not believe it to be something else if the truth is that it was not?
If the truth comes out, yes, and it's clear, then we will accept the truth. That's all we're asking for.
Good. That is a wonderful answer.
Who believes that? Bueller, who believes that?
Al, thank you. I was a little worried about you, but I'm glad that if we go through this process as slow as a lot of people would say it is, and we come to the conclusion that there was no foul play, or even better, the friends that a lot of people have accused since the beginning didn't do this, I'm so glad that Al, in front of everybody, says, we will accept this. We will accept that this is the answer after an investigation. I don't know about the fanfic writers and if they will accept it.
Once I found out that Warren's mother was a judge, I knew a cover-up was coming, especially because the lady fucking released a statement regarding...
Oh, is this white person okay, blacks? Pros? Trolls? Is this white person okay? Damn, he looking crazy. Look at that. Is this white man okay and acceptable, you know, since we're supposed to be boycotting white... Well, let me rephrase. Y'all supposed to be boycotting white people.
The case. As a judge, that has nothing to do with the fucking case just because she's the mother. And a fucking official-ass kind of statement. What the fuck is that? Go to the police. Go make a statement with the fucking police officers. What are you doing for the internet? And then your children are going out on podcasts? God, we were best friends. We were all his best friend, even though that's not how best friends work. And then even after all of that, there's more things that keep coming out, suspicious as fuck, to prove the point that it's a setup. Whether these boys killed Nolan intentionally or due to negligence, it's obvious that's what fucking happened, and there's a cover-up occurring right now. This new audio that's released, how are y'all going to explain that? Because every single time there's something new that pops up, the storyline changes. So what's going to change about the storyline now? Because Miss Judge put in her statement that y'all didn't see Nolan after 3 p.m. So he was on the boat when y'all were getting towed. How does that work? The grandfather, how did you have the Coast Guard's number to call directly? And why were you the one calling saying, hey, Coast Guard, don't come? You know what I'm saying? It's too many things. They're making me think that there are things going on behind the scenes to cause these fucking suspicious activities to happen. Why does the coroner have certain body parts and they're holding them and they're not sending them off? Why are they so quick to rule a drowning in this situation? And mind you, this is the same medical examiner that examined Trey Reed's body. So there's that. A setup, a cover-up.
And if the boys are so innocent, how come they denied taking a polygraph test? How come they declined that? If they were innocent. If they were innocent, how come they didn't offer to go down back to the island with Nolan's parents so they could search for him if they thought that he had drowned? How come they didn't go and look for him, take his dad to go search for him if they thought that he was missing and he was last seen on the island? Why didn't they do that instead of lawyering up and closing down their social media pages? Like, y'all made it so obvious. And then you're trying to gaslight us. Oh, well, we need to let the police do their jobs. Well, they are, because as far as I know, I think the feds just got involved. Yeah, we need some answers. We need some answers. And you know what's so crazy about this? Just a few years ago, about 5 or 6 years ago, y'all was trying to convince black people racism doesn't exist anymore. No one thinks like that.
Child, I believe y'all said that when Obama got elected. Didn't the blacks say that once Obama got elected, that there was no more racism? I was like, child, I know y'all crazy. Y'all are out of your damn minds. That's what the colors was saying. Say I'm lying. Y'all remember that? Oh, you know how they say that on the Jeffersons with Florence? We have overcome. There's no more racism because all these white people voted for Obama. Child, you colors, you so funny.
No one thinks like that. Nobody cares about color or race anymore. But then when y'all meet, like, what? And then I want y'all to prove that pool party was on the 27th. Prove it. I need ring cameras of all the neighbors. I need receipts. I need everything. I need locations.
Well, you know, it's a black woman speaking.
No, black women are the leaders of this culture. And if we aren't happy and satisfied, it's going down.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that didn't forget that what was going on. There's no more racism. Obama was elected our first black president. Yes, sis, go, sis. Child, please, fucking idiot.
And they pull. I mean, the government can get that. The police, the FBI can get that. We need proof that pool party was on the 27th. And why did Nolan have on the same shorts? If he had on the exact same thing. Yeah, okay.
But I'm glad that Al is saying that he'll accept it.
And we only have said that the people that are attacking them for raising the question of the truth say the same thing. I think that we've leaned over backwards in every press event, at the funeral, me doing the eulogy, saying we weren't going to prejudge.
Yeah, well, see, the thing about you not prejudging is that everybody else who wants to say justice for Nolan Wells, they have prejudged to the nth degree. They have accused every single solitary person that they can to say that they're the ones that killed Nolan Wells. You got stupid people so entrenched in what they think the definition of journalism is, they believe a white woman going around recording buildings will somehow prove that Nolan Wells was somehow beat up for the sake of white supremacy, and how dare a black man travel on water. You have people who have shamed parents for allowing their son to have friends, shaming them for not running around saying racism loud enough to make them feel better. This has been a shit show that even after Al Sharpton said this, there will be people who will still scream, cover up, it's injustice, all of Mississippi is in on it, and any other possible stupid reason that exists for them to deny.
All of Mississippi is in on it, y'all, just like all of the people in Carmela's case when they had that cookout, and Metcalf's dad brought everybody together and said, this is what we gonna do, y'all. All right, this is what we gonna do. Everybody keep quiet. Yeah, they doing the same thing over here in Mississippi, child. I tell you, shout out to white people and their code. It's the white person who said they was going to tell us about the white code in here today. I thought I saw him.
Potential reality. Because again, it's still finicky how they just decided to not bring Nolan with them as they were leaving. It's still something to think about in regards to tracking this dude's movements and who could have been the last to see him. It's still a conversation of us having to wait for an autopsy and a toxicology. And in that time, we've gotten dumber as a society. We have been tricked into believing random people who will just say, instead of waiting for anything credible. These people are still running around randomly saying, with no trust and verification, that charges are coming. And the only charges that have actually been announced are the ones for the people who are threatening all of Nolan's friends and any potential dumbass who's possibly threatening Nolan Wells' mom and family. Those are the only charges that people know about because stupid.
Interesting, isn't it? Shout out to those 3 people. I think it might be a 4th by now.
People have tricked themselves into thinking that they could expedite the process, and they haven't been able to do it. We still know nothing, despite all the weak attempts at journalism, despite the weak attempts at TikTok Live saying, I heard this and I know that, despite the secret Klansman running around with his Band-Aid saying, allegedly every fucking 5 seconds. We've gotten nowhere. And I'm a broken record with this. I truly am. But it needs to be a broken record that gets fixed and rebroken again and then fixed again so that people can understand. People are lying, and they're lying badly about the circumstances around Nolan Wells. And we've gone a full month. I can confidently say it now. They're trying to become popular off of Nolan Wells' name. They're struggling to maintain retention and viewership around the shit that they talk about because no one cares about the try-on hauls or the family vlogs. They're interested in what update you got on Nolan Wells, and you ain't got enough. Y'all hoping Nancy Grace throws you a fucking bone. She's not throwing you a bone. You hope Ben Crump confirmed.
Well, Nancy is white. The colors shouldn't like her anyway. No white people. All white people are racist, and they lynching black people every day. EJ in the building, I appreciate you, boo. He says, please take me to the king. Allegedly, Trump is bad. Shout out to you, boo. I appreciate you.
Your random fucking theory. He's not doing that. He's smarter, just a little bit smarter, in not boasting about all these random theories because they come back to be bullshit. So these people are struggling. And you could say, well, since they're struggling, they're not as significant anymore. Oh, yes, they are significant because the more they keep coming coming up with a stupid idea as to what happened, the more they prove that eventually when we get to the end, a lot of these motherfuckers did not care about Nolan Wells. They just wanted to spew some racial fan fiction. And as long as they keep doing that, I'll be there to say very plainly, you don't care about Nolan Wells. You don't care about Trey Reed. You just want to prop up some dead bodies so that you could feel important as being a hero when all you are is a piece of shit. By the day, it gets dumber. I say it, but the reason I keep saying it is
that's absolutely what it is. So this is about, did I start it over?
Because it keeps getting true. They held a press conference.
Oh shit, I messed that up. And I'm definitely not listening to him or her again. But yeah, so this is getting political. Al is maneuvering it that way. If y'all don't see the play, that's your problem. It's the same shit, different grift. Women do not care about men on both sides, but I'm talking about black people. As we can see with Marcellus Wiley, the heifer I keep showing y'all, the woman that I put out the video earlier today, the woman from yesterday, the one before, they sit on the internet, disparage black men every day and half a Sunday, and then turn around when you're dead saying, oh my God, how could white people do this? Because it's all a fucking play for money. And then, of course, political. Nobody at this point really give a damn about Nolan Wells, because since many of you trolls that are here are so focused on them white boys, you don't even open your stupid brains to think that there could be someone else. If you really think there's foul play, of which I do not, but if you really think that there's foul play, then shouldn't you be going and thinking about another person, another way, another reason? But just stay focused on the one thing and let the other person who may have done it get away. Y'all won't even open your brains to think that there could be somebody else. You will not even open your brains to that. Even with 125,000, however much it is, on the line, and nobody has come through. Because that's how good the racism is. But y'all like listening to these white people on TikTok that tell you what you want to hear. Y'all don't see that, right? Y'all love Don Lemon, who goes home to his white husband every night. Y'all ain't got no problem with that, right? But any other white person or any black person, because I am black, whether you want to believe it or not, that don't go along with your stupid narrative that holds no weight, then I'm the problem. I'm the problem because there's no real evidence that those boys did anything. But y'all want to go ahead and convict them. And then when they get lawyers, because y'all crazy enough to go and threaten those people, then you're saying that's racist. So what isn't racist? Can somebody, blacks, pros, and yes, I'm loud, please tell me what isn't racist, motherfuckers, because there ain't one damn thing when it comes to you to be fucking held accountable or to explain something that's not racist. What isn't racist? How long have I been saying this for the regulars? You overuse the word racism. You use it for every damn thing. It doesn't even hold its weight like it used to. No, you goodbye, bitch. Get the fuck out. Nobody asked you to be here. You're stupid and crazy like the rest of them. It don't make no sense. You have no proof. Say whatever you want. Say whatever you want. You're the ones that look stupid sitting up here saying that somebody did something. You don't know that. There's no proof of none of that. There's no proof of anything except for the young man is no longer here, and you don't know that anybody did anything. Oh, I should seek therapy while you're here, while you don't like what I say. This is black women, y'all, but we already know. They make no sense whatsoever, and they always think they're going to tell somebody and have no weight with regard to anything. Just a mouth running off as usual. Ain't got shit out here. All this education, dumb as a box of motherfucking rocks. I'ma tell you. You're not going to tell me. I'ma tell you. You heard what I said? Because I'm going to tell you. You're not going to tell me. I'm going to tell you. Dante, thank you for the 100. Thank you. I appreciate you. I didn't even get to that video. I saw that. It's Tamir Rice and somebody else that got rid of his ass. Because it's all a grift. So you niggas gonna act like Al Sharpton ain't been doing this for decades. Off of the backs of dead black men, mostly, both men and women, but mostly black men. This is why y'all can't have no relationships, because you go and support that shit. How the hell you gonna turn around talking about some man supposed to take care of you, and then as soon as he don't do something, you gonna be Marcellus Wiley's wife and go accuse him of something, and then the charges get dropped, and you still gonna say he's accused? Why would anyone deal with y'all? Why? Why would they? What is the incentive? To get taken down one day because you are a lazy bitch and you don't want to fucking work? You want to live in a lifestyle that you've come accustomed to, but you don't want to do the actual lifestyle. You just want the perks of shit. That's all of y'all, whether you on the Marcellus type of time or not. And then with this shit, he's already turning it political because they need to deliver your dumbasses to the Democrats, and it looks like they're going to do it. Shout out to y'all for continuing to be led by low testosterone men. You want to sit up here and listen to this man that's been saying the same shit over and over and over. Ain't nothing changed. And all they got to do is say,
because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Go where you're being a racist. Racist.
Y'all the people that sat up there and voted in Joe Biden, and you was dying to get his ass back in there like there was no tomorrow. You got to get your Biden up in there.
The total initiative relative to what we can do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
You know the creator of the crime bill, that disproportionately put black men behind bars. Y'all, gentlemen, ding, 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 gentlemen. After all that, and the crime bill, and the pushing, and Joe Biden allegedly calling you coloreds nigga. Allegedly. I don't know if that's true. That's what I heard. He didn't want his kids to be in schools with y'all. Allegedly. That's just what I heard. And then he created and pushed Clinton, y'all's first black president, because y'all said that too. William Jefferson Clinton is our first black president because he went on to Arsenio Hall. That's our first black president, right? Then that happened. So you let Biden create the crime bill. And from what I understand, blacks wanted it because there was so much crime. I did learn that. And then Bill Clinton, your first black president, went and signed it into office. You love him too. Shout out to Bill. Y'all love him too. Clearly you didn't love his wife enough, but I digress on that. And y'all said, look at this. Thank you so much. Then look who started going to jail. Look who started going to jail. Oh my God. Look what they're doing to black men. Look, sassies, criminal. So then they cared about y'all. Before that, they was kicking your asses out of the house so they could get all that government assistance. Then your asses started going to jail. Criminal. Oh my God! How could you do this? Disproportionately affecting black men. Y'all remember that? And yet, when the Democrats, including Al, I'm sure, and James Clyburn said, y'all got to vote for Joe Biden, what a miracle. Y'all forgot about the crime bill. What a miracle, God in heaven, Lord, forgot all about that crime bill. This is amazing. And the mass incarceration and everything that the crime bill did to black communities and black families, and our black men are all behind bars on trumped up. Don't say trumped up, though. Y'all forgot all about that. We need buy-in. We need buy-in.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
You can forget all that. You can forget all that. But y'all think these people love y'all and care about y'all? And I'm talking about the pros, because you got your regular degulars that's always telling you what to do, and you willingly follow this nigga.
Yes, I'm speaking to you. Musty tether, where you fleeing to? Musty tether, yes, I'm speaking to you. Musty tether, where you fleeing to? I got into my Uber, what did I see?
Lest we not forget, thank you, Tan. She's sitting up here saying that y'all didn't get no reparations from Joe. How come y'all ain't get no reparations from Joe? Y'all, that's your mans. How come y'all ain't get no reparations from Joe? Y'all, fuck Joe Biden. Why didn't y'all get some reparations from your first black president, William Jefferson Clinton? Bueller, anybody? Bueller, anybody? Is this thing on? Was Hillary offering that when she was running for president? No, I ain't hear it. Did Cam offer it? You know, why you fakedly trying to say that she's black? Was she offering y'all any reparations? Obama didn't get y'all no reparations? What the fuck? What? So you didn't have all these blacks. Let me see. You had William Jefferson Clinton, your first black president. You didn't had Obama, your second black president. You had Hillary coming through. She wasn't trying to become president. She wasn't talking about no reparations. You had Cam come through. And child, I wish I had that clip still. I'm going to get it again since we about to go into the political season. And she said, you think I'm going to do something just for black people? No! It amazes me how y'all can pick and choose on what you hear. But anyway, so back to these people. It's politics, and they're going to deliver y'all right to the Democrats. Not the socialists, not the DSA, but the regular, the old school Democrats that y'all seem to love and seem to continue to support, even though they give you their ass to kiss.
Stupid reason that exists for them to deny potential reality. Because again, it's still finicky how they just decided to not bring Nolan with them as they were leaving. It's still something to think about in regards to tracking this dude's movements and who could have been the last to see him. It's still.
Yeah, all these years it's been Trump's fault. It'll be Trump's fault after he's dead, even though they was rocking out with Trump all these years, including Oprah, including Jesse Jackson, including Al Sharpton, all hanging out, all the rappers, everything. He was on Will Smith's show. Child, you colored, you're so funny. You just love forgetting things that are inconvenient. Now I'm spreading propaganda. Child, you cannot reason with the unreasonable. All these things are absolutely true, but niggas gon' nig.
A conversation of us having to wait for an autopsy and a toxicology. And in that time, we've gotten dumber as a society. We have been tricked into believing random people who will just say, instead of waiting for anything credible. These people are still running around randomly saying, with no trust and verification, that charges are coming. And the only charges that have actually been announced are the ones for the people who are threatening all of Nolan's friends and any potential dumbass who's possibly threatening Nolan Wells' mom and family. Those are the only charges that people know about because stupid people have tricked themselves into thinking that they could expedite the process, and they haven't been able to do it. We still know nothing, despite all the weak attempts at journalism, despite the weak attempts at...
We know that there's cameras at businesses, Leon. We learned that from that white girl running around Mississippi.
TikTok live saying, I heard this and I know that, despite the secret Klansman running around with his Band-Aid saying, allegedly every fucking 5 seconds. We've gotten nowhere. And I'm a broken record with this. I truly am. But it needs to be a broken record that gets fixed and rebroken again and then fixed again so that people can understand people are lying, and they're lying badly about the circumstances around Nolan Wells. And we've gone a full month. I can confidently say it now. They're trying to become popular off of Nolan Wells' name. They're struggling to maintain retention and viewership around the shit that they talk about because no one cares about the try-on hauls or the family vlogs. They're interested in what update you got on Nolan Wells, and you ain't got enough. Y'all hoping Nancy Grace throws you a fucking bone. She's not throwing you a bone. You hope Ben Crump confirms your random fucking theory. He's not doing that. He's smarter, just a little bit smarter and not...
Yes, a little bit, because he's just going from this one to that one. Now y'all sitting up here trying to say that Ruiz is black. All right, whatever y'all say, child. Whatever you want to live in your delusional ass minds to try to get back at white people because that's your lot in life. Go on, child.
Boasting about all these random theories because they come back to be bullshit. So these people are struggling. And you could say, well, since they're struggling, they're not as significant anymore. Oh, yes, they are significant. Because the more they keep coming up with a stupid idea as to what happened, the more they prove that eventually when we get to the end, a lot of these motherfuckers did not care about Nolan Wells. They just wanted to spew some racial fan fiction. And as long...
You talking about Leon Noodles? No, he's just a content creator here on YouTube, if that's what you're talking about.
As they keep doing that, I'll be there to say very plainly, you don't care about Nolan Wells, you don't care about Trey Reed, you just want to prop up some dead bodies so that you could feel important as being a hero when all you are is a piece of shit.
Oh, shit. All right. Shout out to Leon. Damn, that just ended. All right. I wasn't expecting that. Shout out to Leon. Now we're going to go over to Ty, y'all. So Ty dropped another video last night. And honestly, what time is it? It's 12 o'clock. This might be the last video. I might have to talk about y'all's dumbass kids at another time. But Ty did another video. He says, lawyer for Nolan Wells' friends just admitted it. Arrest made and Don Lemon fumbles again. That's all Don Lemon does. He'd be fumbling when he go home to his white husband.
We have the evidence. We know what happened.
There it was. You just heard him say it yourself.
We know what happened.
We know what happened. I honestly feel like we're being gaslit right now because after all of the harebrained theories that the Justice for Nolan Wells crowd has come up with, one of the main Justice for Nolan Wells supporters, Poetic Flacco, has the nerve to say this.
Yo, we like 6 weeks into this, bruh. At this point, if you don't got nothing concrete, like nothing beyond a reasonable doubt, nothing, what everybody is. If you don't got nothing in 4K, indisputable, then stop talking to us, man.
And that's exactly what we're.
Uh-oh. Is Flacco tired too? Oh no. Oh no, Flacco. I'm coming back to your ass. But I didn't know that, y'all. Y'all didn't tell me.
And that's exactly what a lot of you aren't getting. Is a lot of you come up with these ideas and then I'll listen to your videos because I believe in doing actual research. So I'll look at what it is your side is saying. I'll look at what it is the people that are in support of the boys are saying, and then I'll put that all together. And a lot of times what you're coming up with is nothing close to what's actually being said. And I'm glad that their attorney, Edward Pulsick, is going to start suing people because I think people need to stop being reckless. Like Don Lemon said this in the video that I took clips from the other day.
Part of the thing that made him suspect is who they chose to do an interview with.
Now, never mind the fact that.
Did we see this one, y'all? Or is he just like going back? I feel like or maybe I started it and then maybe it's reminding me. All right.
Of course, they're going to choose somebody to do an interview with that's not going to completely try to fry them. They aren't lawyers. What they are some random young guys that have been accused of something that people have no evidence to accuse them of. And they're not the most media savvy. And why would they be? They're just young guys from Ocean Springs, Mississippi that never planned on having any of this thrust on them. They're not exactly Christine Wells, who's trying to milk it for every dollar they can because this is.
Hey, I forgot. Hey, Boo Bears. Shout out to the Boo Bears. Hey, Boo Bears.
The moment they've been waiting for their entire life. But never mind, let's not get into her. We'll talk about her again on another day. What I'm trying to get to is, I think that it's very dangerous when Don Lemon, aka Donna Lemon, who presents himself as an actual journalist, refers to these boys as suspects. Because while it may seem like a small thing to some people, talk like that is what has the average idiot.
Well, I'm glad someone said it. I was going to let it be, child. I was going to let it be, child. But since Gene said it, remember I told y'all there's some people that be changing their tune since they sat up here and said, oh, we're going to go sue some people. They continue on. Shout out to Gene for recognizing. Shout out to Trey. Thank you for the treat. Jules, I appreciate you. Locked and Loaded, thank you for the poop. I appreciate you, boo.
That doesn't bother doing any research at all, like the idiot that just got arrested in Chicago.
Edward James Porter sent chilling death threats to witnesses in Mississippi, all tied to the Nolan Wells investigation.
That was threatening witnesses.
Prosecutors say Porter repeatedly called one witness last Friday from this apartment building in Berwyn and stated he was going to come and kill witness one, witness one's family, and Porter had witness one's address. Porter is also accused of threatening a second witness, saying he was going to come and kill witness two, everyone in the home. He would kill any cops and witness two was dying, and cut them up and put witness two into a suitcase.
And now he's going to have to go to court in September, I believe it is.
A Mississippi judge has ordered Porter to be sent there for a hearing.
So good luck to
No, I know we watched that video, but I don't think I saw that dress. Nice dress, yeah.
him. I hope he stays in jail forever, trying to threaten people over something you have no connection with. But when Don Lemon says things like this, and he's supposedly a trusted journalist, I feel like that puts these young men in more trouble. You can't just go around calling people suspects that haven't been named as suspects, because then people like this crazy person and the other crazy person, the woman that was pushing star 67 and
Letitia! That's what it says on her neck. Crisscross, thank you for the silver star. Appreciate you. Y'all hit the like button for me. Hit the dislike button, trolls. Subscribe if you are normal.
Calling people and threatening them, and then ended up getting caught. And then she most recently didn't show up for court, and now a warrant has been issued for her arrest, which who knows where she is. I hope she's not off doing anything nefarious or planning to do something nefarious. But people like her and the one before that turned out to be a PDF file that was threatening the judge, the stepmom of Warren. These crazy people hear, oh, they're suspects. We can go after them. They're suspects. Well, that's not the way being a suspect works anyway. But you make people like this feel like they're more justified because you make it seem like there are legitimate claims against these boys. And so far, nobody has been named as a suspect. And I would be willing to go out on a limb and say that if anybody needed to be named as a suspect, it would be the ocean. But there is a claim that there is a smoking gun. The boy's attorney, during his interview with Officer Tatum, said something that really has the Justice for Nolan crowd thinking that they found their smoking gun.
I'm going to warn anyone right now, anybody who is thinking for 1 second about suing these fine young men, these good Ocean Springs people, you're going to pay their attorney's fees. You're going to lose. You're going to get annihilated. You're going to get crushed. You have nothing. And here's the beauty of it. We know you have nothing because we actually have the evidence. We know what happened.
There it was. You just heard him say it yourself.
We know what happened.
We know what happened. That's the part that right now, the Justice for Nolan Wells crowd and the black blogs are really holding on to and being like, he just said it himself. He knows what happened. Hey, Stu.
Did he just say the black blogs? Are you allowed to talk about the black blogs, Ty? Are you allowed to say that? I think that might be racist, child, because everything is racist. Did y'all tell me what's not racist yet? Did y'all tell me what is not racist yet?
Did it ever occur to you that maybe when he says that they know what happened, what he means is they know everywhere the boys were on that day and have a more accurate timeline than anything that you're getting online? Because if you haven't been paying attention, Tyler Cox has already said that not only did they hand over their phones to the authorities, they've done full phone extractions. They've given up their Life 360s. They've also given up GPS.
Morgan, Jackson, Warren have fully cooperated, phone dumps and phone extractions, and give the Life 360 and the Snapchat information. And
so they get, I mean, we've seen this, but they gave up the phones, but Nolan's phone is still hasn't been given to anyone. Interesting.
GPS information. We've done all that.
So their lawyers have enough information on where they were that night and the sequence of events to confidently say, we know what happened. We know where they were and where they weren't. But that's what this case has been kind of full of, is a lot of people on the Justice for Nolan Wells side just taking part of a statement and then being like, I heard it. I heard them say it. And it's like, you're taking it out of context, which you can't do. I mean, and I know that I sound especially animated when I start calling people stupid, but I'm so tired of misinformation. And as a person that's really been following this closely and has seen way more information than I probably need to see, and has asked Google some questions that have...
Thank you for doing the work, the leg work, because ain't no way I'm ever going to listen to Frigidaire or Caricature. Ain't no way. Quality Guy, thank you for the Silver Star Boo. I appreciate you.
Probably put me on a list that make people think I'm planning on trying to get away with something just because I'm trying to see if any of the things that are being said have any merit at all. And then you deal with these people and they tell you you're crazy. Like the other day, there was a woman that was talking about the CETO call that the engineer, the sound engineer, ended up doctoring or sweetened up, however you want to say that. But my point is, they were on X talking about that. And then this woman was like, well, then how did the sound engineer know the name Bart when nobody had mentioned the name Bart? And I was like, because Warren mentioned the name Bart several times and that Bart was one of his friends during his first interview with Officer Tatum. And then this buffoon actually calls me a bot and tells me that the sound engineer's analysis came out before Warren did that interview. So I went full on crazy ex-girlfriend and just went ahead and screenshotted where Warren said 3 times on July 21st, the name Bart during his interview with Officer Tatum.
Nolan was on YF-22 Triton on the way out. I went with my buddy Bart because we had a lot of friends from college coming down, and I called Bart that morning. I was like, hey man, can you take your boat out? And he was like, yeah, well, my dad decided not to go.
But then I shared with them where it wasn't until the 26th that WLOX put out the full audio. So the sound engineer's video obviously came out after that. I believe that was on the 26th too.
Uh-oh, you mean real actual information with dates, evidence? And they still ain't trying to hear it. John Moore said, people have low IQs. Just look at how many kids and young adults who can't read or spell. I was trying to get to that today, but I'm not going to be able to get to that. But I will go over that either tomorrow or if I'm up to it tonight, later tonight. But we definitely got to get back to that man that's out on the internet saying that the kids can't read, write, and spell and comprehend. Now he's getting backlash. Now we got some more stuff with him.
And then TMZ originally broke the audio, but didn't have...
Another person who has a GoFundMe, that lady that did the enhancement of the CETO call, now she got a GoFundMe.
The first part where the hold music was playing, and TMZ caught heat over that because people thought the TMZ was covering for them by not including that part, which I don't know if TMZ didn't have it or just chose to cut it off because it was just hold music. And they didn't realize that these crazy people were going to take out the music and then try to find what it is they wanted to hear in that. But that was on the 24th. Well, the 21st, when Warren did his interview, was obviously...
Maybe they can't count, Ty. Child, you expecting a lot from people whose kids is dumb as a box of rocks, which means their parents are pretty dumb too. So maybe they don't understand the chronological order of numbers, dates, the year, the months. That could be it. I think you're being racist.
Before the 24th and the 26th, that's the way dates work. And so I called this person stupid in several different ways while sharing all of this on different messages. That's how crazy I get when people say things that just aren't true. And I know that they're not true. And then they try to make it seem like I'm the idiot in the situation. And speaking of the CETO call, let me show you what Poetic Flacco's response was. And it'll really make my point about how these people refuse to accept any type of logic or even do any type of actual research on their own that could end up showing something other than what they already want to believe.
And, you know, just give you guys a glimpse into exactly what their thoughts are of their response to the CETO call.
I can go ahead and say that as you posted that clip of all of us on the boat, you know, as it's rolling, not rolling, but right there sitting in the water, Wyatt's on the phone with CETO in that clip. I mean, he's on the phone. Wouldn't you think that you would have seen no one on the bottom of on the floor or something, or scrambling around, or everybody in a pot, like in a small space on the boat looking at him or something? I mean, it's just so crazy to think that, why would we call CETO if we have a dead body on the boat? I mean, why would we call the Coast Guard? You know, why would we do the things we did
You're sounding racist, sir. Okay, you sounding racist. You're not allowed to say this. All right, just because you're stupid. That's what you're supposed to say. That's what's going to be accepted and acceptable. All right. I'm just trying to help. I know you got a lawyer there. I'm just trying to help. Did y'all tell me what's not racism yet?
If we know we killed somebody. And then another following up on that is, why aren't we in jail yet? I mean, we're not geniuses. There's no way we could have done a murder.
Oh, well, at least they admitted they not smart. So, I mean, not a genius. So there you go. Everybody should be happy.
I mean, there's no way we could have covered it up, especially out there with that many people. Go ahead.
I think, especially about the CETO call, I think people, regardless of who it is going to believe what they want to hear. I think half these people, or not half these people, but some of these people you can't convince, regardless. They're going to believe what they want to believe. If they want to believe that my friends and I had something to do with Nolan dying, then they're going to believe that regardless of what you put out. But you put out, Brandon, that a clip of the boat when Wyatt was on the phone with CETO, and it is boldly clear that Nolan was not on the boat with us.
I think their definition of wildly or boldly, proven or certain is a little different than the rest of us. There's nothing certain about that 3 seconds. Nothing at all. There's not a goddamn thing that's certain about that 3 seconds.
Are you sure about that? Because this is what I'm talking about when I say that certain people refuse to actually accept evidence or be able to accept that maybe things might not be what they thought. Because you're right, it was a 3-second clip, but you get to see the entirety of the deck of that boat, which that boat, if you actually look into the Triton, what you'll find out is there's no sleeping area. There's no space that you're really not.
What? Now you're trying to think logical, Ty. You are starting to think logical. You're using your brain. That's not allowed. I don't know what your problem is, but all this racism that you're displaying here, you need to stop. Because there ain't no way. You're trying to tell, just like I told y'all, they was, wading in shitty water. I don't care what nobody say. All them people wasn't allowing all them people to use their boats to go to the bathroom. So they just wading in shitty ass water. To each his own, to each his own. But yeah, don't look like it's a spot that you could use the bathroom. Where they going at, Bueller? Where they using the bathroom at there? Bueller, shout out to Kof in the building.
Seeing, aside from some storage compartments that are really only deep enough to hold fishing rods and things like that.
Well, no, you could hold a BODY if it is CUT'd up. Oh yeah, it wasn't CUT'd up. Okay. Well, maybe because he didn't eat, he could be fitted in there. Fit in there. I don't know. Fit. I don't know, child. You know what I'm saying. So don't say that, Ty. You sound a little racist. Crisscross, thank you for the poop. I appreciate you, boo.
I actually asked the question specifically to Google, is there any place to hide a 6'1", 180-pound body on a Triton? And the answer is no. I'll read you exactly what Google said. No, it's physically impossible for a living or deceased 6-foot-tall, 185-pound man to be stuffed.
They already put him in the water. I promise you that's what they were saying.
Into that compartment. While the raw mathematical volume of a human body, around 3 cubic feet, technically fits inside an empty 30 cubic foot void, the physical architecture, internal obstructions, and skeletal mechanics make it entirely impossible for the following reasons. The battery obstruction. The console is not an empty box. It houses a massive immovable bank of 3 to 4 heavy marine batteries, thick wiring trunks, steering helm pumps, and master switches. This hardware permanently occupies more than half of the floor space and the lower 1.5 feet of the compartment. Next reason, the door size barrier. The actual fiberglass access hatch on the Triton 22 LTS console is only roughly 18 to 22 inches wide. A grown man's shoulder width alone averages 18 inches, meaning a rigid or non-pliable body cannot physically pass through the opening, let alone clear the steering mechanism behind it. Next reason, skeletal rigidity. At 6 feet tall, long femur and torso bones cannot bend or fold tightly enough to clear the cramped 2.5 foot depth of the remaining space, even in a fetal position. Do you see what I mean when I said that Google is probably going to put me on a list? Because they probably think that I'm trying to figure out how to hide a body. But my point in bringing all of that up and researching that is what we're left with is just the deck of the boat, which you can actually see in that video, even though it's a short video. And Poetic Flacco, I'm sure, has the same software that I do when it comes to editing, if not better. And what you can do is you can load that video in and you can just hit the arrow button over and over and over so you see every single frame, so that you see as much of that deck as you can possibly see in that video, which is all of it. If you see, they did scan the entire boat. So where is it you think the body's hidden if there's no storage in that boat to actually hide it in? And this video is happening while they're on the phone with CETO, and that's supposedly when you're hearing.
That's when you're sitting up here hearing, no, is he dead? Oh my God, no. Critical thinking is a thing. This is why your kids are dumb as rocks, because the parents are just as dumb. But I know you pros will not acknowledge exactly what you have been saying with the proof right in front of your damn face. You still gonna say that it's not true. You need a win with white people so bad. You really should get some help. This is wild. This is wild.
Everything that you're supposedly hearing as far as them saying Nolan's dead, which I've got a theory on that. Could it?
Wait. Kyla said this lady said she put the picture in ChatGPT and it said it was a body. It's not funny. So even though Nolan came up completely, this was a body. Well, maybe it's somebody else's body out there. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. You never know. You never know. People could be taking people out there to Horn Island, Gulf of America all damn time. Woo! I tell you, this is wild. So I know the pros don't want to admit that you're wrong, but remember, your professional voice recorder extractor woman said whilst they were on the phone, they was talking about Nolan. And now you see that they're here with the video and you do not see Nolan, because they were on the phone figuring out what to do with Nolan. Remember? Oh, y'all don't want to admit that now? So y'all don't want to admit that now? It's okay to say that you fucked up. It's okay to say that you were wrong. It's okay that you just want something to be true because you need a win so badly with regard to white people. Admit it. We know. This is why we also know that no matter what it ends up saying, which the odds are accidental drowning, we know that y'all want to ignore all of the pictures with all of them drinking, including Nolan. You want to ignore the temperature in Mississippi on the 4th of July, of which I know for a fact because I was there. You want to ignore the fact that the odds are that young men of these ages probably weren't eating their best on the same day. You want to ignore the fact that a young man of 18, let's just go back to 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, could possibly want to be in the company of a woman, if they're not ABCD, of course, but would want to be in the company of a woman just because you like their mama. That doesn't not make them a male. Not a low testosterone, because I know that y'all love low testosterones. We're talking about real men, okay? Not low testosterones like your master.
Yes, I'm speaking to you. Musty tether, where you fleeing to? Musty tether, yes, I'm speaking to you. Musty tether, where you fleeing to? I got into my Uber. What did I see?
So like I said, they can't ever use logic, but that part of that problem is because they listen to people like Caricature and Frigidaire, so and Child, all the rest of them, but particularly those two. And you listen to Don Lemonade tell y'all about how white people are bad as he goes home and fucks his white husband. You know, all that's in the code somewhere. So yeah, no, I am off code because the code don't make no damn sense, and y'all don't make no damn sense. But y'all go ahead. Good luck to y'all. Come on, child.
Hearing everything that you're supposedly hearing.
I got tethers I need to go see, and it ain't like rolling.
As far as them saying Nolan's dead, which I've got a theory on that. Could it be that because they thought the bilge pump was dead, they were asking if it's dead?
Ty, he be watching the show. Child, he be watching the show. He be watching the show, y'all. Y'all already know.
Dead? Could it be that maybe you did hear damn it, Bart, but the reason they said damn it, Bart, was because when he had to tow them, what he has to do is go super fast, and maybe he gunned it a little bit at first, and so everybody, you see that they're standing on the boat, so maybe everybody, almost fell back, and they're like, damn it, Bart. Or maybe he's a jock, which if you ever hung out with people like that, which I did when I was younger, but if you hung out with jocks, they always do silly things like that. So if they can just gun it a little bit and make you do it just to get a quick chuckle, I don't see that as out of the realm of possibility, which would lead to people on the boat or a person on the boat saying, damn it, Bart, because you almost made us fall back, or you just gunned it and took off. Warren himself said that at a point they were going 40 to 42 miles per hour.
So when you're planed off and you have water in the boat and you're hauling, we're going pretty fast. We're going probably 40, 42 miles an hour. And so all that excess water that was built up in the boat is coming out of the boat. So, I mean, that's what we had to do.
Because they're trying to get the water out of this boat by pulling the plug. Sorry, I don't know the most about boats, but I'm just going off of what he said on the Officer Tatum video. But they had to pull the plug, and then they try to get the water out by going really fast, and then hopefully the water just comes out. I would imagine between gravity and that plug being pulled so that it can escape, that's why they're going so fast. So could it be that that's why you heard "damn it, Bart"? Could it have been, like I said, that they were wondering if the bilge pump was dead, or if the battery was dead, or the batteries were dead? Could that?
You're being racist now, Ty. How could you ask these logical questions? How could you come up with this using that thing between your ears, which a lot of people don't want to do that anymore? I don't understand. This is racist. He is being racist right now.
Be what they were referring to or asking if it's dead? Because when you look at the boat itself, if you scan it even slowly, you do not see a body and you do not see room for a body. But supposedly this is when all of this was happening. And they even show Wyatt on the phone while this is happening. But these people refuse to believe that.
Well, the thing is,
of course not. That doesn't fit the narrative. Come on now. Does not fit the narrative. Narrative is more important, which is why most of these people do not care at the end of the day. And it's not weird, honestly, because all of this caring, like I say all the time, the last thing I'm worried about is somebody caring, okay? Because I don't know y'all like that. Those that I know. The regulars, I care about y'all. But the rest of y'all, I don't know you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. But I don't know you. I can't care enough because I don't know you. I don't know these people. Is this a tragic situation? Of course it is. And yes, there should be the truth. But this long drawn out every day, we just want answers. They're saying nothing new. We just want answers. We just want answers. Go to the NABJ. You're not a journalist. Why are you here? We just want answers. Go over to Jamal's church. All right, fine. We just want answers. We just want answers. We just want answers. Answers. Let's see what the GoFundMe looks like. Let me see, because that answer keeps going up and up. Now, I'm sure it didn't go up again, but nobody seems to want to question $900 up to $950,000. That's okay. It's a grieving mother. And that's why what Jason Whitlock said makes much sense. The new grift is going to be to go ahead and push her in front. First of all, I already said push her in front and this tragedy in front for midterms so that they can say Trump is bad, Republicans are racist, and Democrats got your best interest at heart.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
As always. And that you need to vote in the Democrats. Now, not the DSA Democrats, but the regular Democrats, because now you got to contend with the differentiation there. And then so they can get some power over Republicans. And who will that benefit at the end of the day? I give you 3 guesses, and the first 3 guesses don't count. It's going to benefit all those people that are leading y'all because you're willingly wanting to be led to vote for Democrats who you think love you and care for you. And they want to do everything for you and never do shit. And nobody said that Republicans do. But what you don't do is look into shit for your own selves and vote for what your interests are. Now, I understand y'all don't know what words mean, but there's this thing called dictionary.com. Shout out to Generation X. K-ass on over there, type in some words, hit the thing that enunciates it for you, and read. Okay? If you need more help after that, go to ChatGPT. All right? Because a lot of y'all are showing that you're really not very smart. You're really not very smart. Okay? But yeah, so yes, the GoFundMe is up to $950. It's at $852.5 right now. Pretty sure, and by the end of the month, it'll probably reach its $950 and finally get to the $1 million. Shout out to them for making sure that this continues. I love it. I love it. I support all this. Keep giving them your money. I support all of it. All right. They need it. Give it to them. You know what I don't want to hear? Oh my God, this economy and the gas, and I can't afford this and I can't afford that. And let's we not forget that the Black community is supposed to be not supporting Asians, but y'all certainly are going all in for this Asian family, this partially Asian family. Make that make sense.
So somebody was only recording for like 3 seconds? They didn't keep recording? Like you don't got the rest of the recording? And we can't see inside the deck. What are you talking about? And then thirdly,
you need new glasses if you can, because I can clearly see, and so can everybody else. I might have actually run some slow-mo.
No, not everybody else, Ty. Come on now.
On the part where I was just describing that, so people can see for themselves. How about maybe I'll do that? And then you can tell me if you think that there was any room in that video for a man that size to have been laid out and you not see him. Were they standing on him and we couldn't see it?
Bro, there is no like timestamp, time frame. There's nothing we have to say that particular boat, right, being towed away or sailing away happened at 4:30. We don't know. There's no timestamps.
Do you think that if that's been turned into the authorities, they haven't seen timestamps? Oh yeah, we can't trust the authorities because it's Mississippi. There's just always going to be a way out for these.
There's always going to be, just like the people posing questions in the chat right now of things that have already been answered, child. I'm not addressing none of y'all shit. Send a super chat if you want me to talk to you.
People, there's always going to be a way not to accept the actual information and the actual facts. And
exactly. And Ben be lying because he ain't going to accept it either. And you know Ben isn't. They'll let it all die down after the midterms. That's when it will happen. And then they will wait for another black male specifically to be deceased. And then they will ramp that on back up because that's what works on the heartstrings of Democrats. So have at it.
And that's what I'm noticing in all of this. And I don't know why it took me this long to figure it out. I think I was giving people the benefit of the doubt and thinking that people were smarter than they were. And that eventually they would see, look, you want to talk about it's not adding up? That's what Ben Crump and Al Sharpton love to say. It's not adding up. It's not adding up. It don't add up. You want to talk about not adding up? Where was the body? Show it to me.
So I feel like what they think is if you say something strongly and loudly enough, that people should automatically just take it to be the truth. When no.
The all damn dacity. Flacco, really?
There's been too many lies told in this situation.
Every accusation is an admission, and that's exactly what that is from Poetic Flacco. Your side has told way too many lies, tried to come up with too many theories that just didn't make sense while doing zero research.
Yesterday. At least we got to hear Elmore's voice yesterday. I feel so bad for him. I definitely feel bad. I'm not saying that I don't feel bad for the mother, but she doing fine. She doing fine. I don't care what y'all say. She doing fine. Boo Bears. Kimmy, thank you. Damn, Kimmy with the $2,500 jewels or 2,500 jewels. I don't know what they mean. Thank you so much for the Bravo Boo. I appreciate your support. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. Thank you so much. Shout out to D-Dale 20. Thank you for the 1999 super sticker. Thank you so much, Boo. That's another new name. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all the new subscribers that are normal. Shout out to all the new subscribers. I appreciate y'all. I see y'all. We at 46.3 and maybe be about 46.5 today. We on the way to 50K, y'all. I see you. I appreciate you.
Search on your own. And now you want us to believe you for what reason? Like, why exactly should we believe you other than they're white and you're black? What is the reason that we're supposed to believe you?
Is that racism? Is that reverse racism? Them white boys did it because they white. That's all we need to know is they white. White people. Did y'all tell me what's not racist yet, y'all? I'm waiting. Thomas, thank you for the treat. I appreciate you.
What evidence have you given us that anything has gone wrong? I mean, you're talking about, I need to see irrefutable evidence. Well, why don't you show irrefutable evidence? Because there's no way to show you something that didn't happen. Like, people like me are saying that it doesn't look like a murder happened. How can I show you proof something didn't happen? Where people like you are saying that a murder did happen. So it would seem to me that it would be on you to show me that it did happen, because there's no possible way of us showing you that it did.
Oh, we're going to get to him. Not today. We definitely going to get to that. I saw that.
Didn't happen. Like, could you imagine if that were the burden of proof that anybody had to go through in court? Where it's like, show me video that this murder didn't happen. What? But like I said, not only crazy about this, but crazy enough to bring Katie back into it and imply that that must have been Katie on the boat.
Yeah, we need to hear from Katie. Well, we don't have to hear from Katie, but what Katie got to say? She got her mama out here. She got her sister out here talking, but no word from Katie.
Oh, after Katie was supposed to be gone. But let's just listen, and then I'll talk in a second.
No, absolutely not. Right? That's not for certain. We don't even know when that picture was taken. Yeah, there's a girl on the boat in tail suit, right? No, sorry, in a tail swimsuit.
Okay, I had to decode that one because what he's saying is teal, the color, and instead he's...
I thought he said tail, T-A-I-L. Thank you for the deciphering, child. Box of rocks. Not necessarily you, Flacco. It's just a mistake. I got it. Or maybe it's your dialect. All good. But I thought he said T-A-I-L. Thank you, Ty. Crisscross, thank you for the silver star. I see you. I appreciate you.
Saying tail, a tail suit, a tail swimsuit. But this is the person that we're supposed to be. He's going to crack the case.
Katie had on a tail swimsuit. Katie was next to a guy with red shorts on the beach. Both of them, if that's Katie and the dude, both of them is on the boat. Katie showed a timestamp of her on the island at 5:30. So if that's Katie on that boat, quote unquote, sailing away, then why is Katie on the island at 5:30 if you guys left at that time? Right? So it's just things that don't make sense to me at all.
I get the feeling life doesn't make sense.
I thought Katie was on the boat, though.
Sense to Poetic Flacco. And I don't feel like you're very smart at all. And I think that that's something that you're just going to have to accept, is you are not smart enough to do any kind of investigative work. I admit that I am...
He might be listening to caricature, child. He might be listening to caricature or Frigidaire, and that explains it all.
speculating about things and I'm doing as much research as I possibly can. But I will also admit that I have never been a detective. I have never been an investigator. That's not what I do. That's not what I'm going to turn into. I'm a person that's doing my best because it drives me crazy when things don't add up, especially when...
Shout out to Ty for doing his best and Ruin Leon for doing his best. I appreciate y'all because I don't have enough time in the day to be looking into all these dummies and I can't listen to them. I can't do it.
And people like yourself keep pushing these narratives that really don't add up and then coming back to the rest of us and being like, well, why don't these add up? Well, maybe it's because you're crazy. Maybe it's because you don't make any sense. Maybe it's because if that was actually Katie, somebody locally would have probably called that out by now. There are a lot of people in Ocean Springs that I'm sure have no connection to these guys. Even in a small town, not everybody fully knows everybody, as in we're friends. We all hang out. Christine Wansley didn't know any of these guys, and they were her son's best friends. And I say that to make the point that if Christine Wansley herself, whose son was like brothers with these guys, didn't know these guys, there have to be other people in Ocean Springs that also don't know these guys. And they would be willing to say, that's Katie on that boat. Somebody already would have called that out. Not everybody in Ocean Springs, Mississippi is going to have loyalty to these boys and to that girl, which Katie supposedly...
That sounds like it wasn't Katie.
...isn't from Ocean Springs. But you think that that could possibly be Katie on the boat that's been all over TMZ, all over the internet, and nobody locally would have called that out and said that's Katie. The police wouldn't have come forward and been like, why is Katie on that boat? Because I can tell you, just being human and nothing to do with race at all, I would imagine...
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who the girl is on the boat, y'all. I don't know. And honestly, I don't know that it matters. I'm pretty sure she didn't have anything to do with what happened to Nolan, but if it matters to somebody and y'all find out that they said it, let me know, but I won't be looking into it.
That the Sheriff Ledbetter, wishes that he were to find something that he could give you guys so that you guys could be satisfied and stay off of their backs. They probably at this point wish it was a murder just so they could get you guys to shut up and leave them alone. But that's not what the evidence is pointing to. And even if you're not smart enough to accept that, you're still going to have to, at some point, figure out how to do exactly that, accept reality.
That's not going to happen, Ty, but thank you for your service today with this video, child. That's just not going to happen. I promise you, they're not going to accept it. It doesn't matter what Al says. And he's going to sit up here and fan his flames and make sure that people continue to believe what they want to believe as opposed to what it really seemingly is pointing to, is what I will say right now. But the odds is that it is an accidental drowning based off of what we've seen so far. But until the stuff gets sent to the grand jury, it doesn't matter. So we shall see. Anyway, is that the last one? Hold on. Oh yeah, because I'm going to save this one for later or tomorrow. Child, I really do want to get into your stupid ass kids, but there is a Caribbean festival calling my name. And even though y'all don't like tethers, you know I do. So shout out to all of y'all. That's it. That's all. What has it been? Almost 2 hours. It's been a long ass day already. All right. Shout out to all of y'all that are here, trolls as well. All views matter. And y'all so silly that y'all would sit here and continue to watch and be all upset. But that's all good because we don't discriminate around here unless you're threatening and then your ass has got to go. Anyway, hit the like button for me. Hit the dislike button for me. Subscribe if you are normal. Once it's available, make sure you hype this daggone video. Shout out to all the new subscribers again. We almost there to the 50K. I appreciate you. Thank you. Shout out to everybody that donated today. Thank you so much. Appreciate your support. Turn on the notifications, because if I can, I may come back later because, child, I got to get back to y'all's dumbass kids. Not y'all, but you know what I'm saying. I appreciate y'all. I see you all in the next one.